Alrighty, now we should have some sound. I didn't have my microphone turned on. Duh. Okay, let me try this again. See, it's been one of those days. I've had a terrible day. I was supposed to have a show on at 8 o'clock tonight. It didn't happen because I had a little bit of an internet issue and some computer issues. So I totally borked this one. I am so sorry. And this is what happens when you are also producing your own stream and using software that you're not totally familiar with, but you've been using it for a year. Figure that one out. But like I said, the Infernal Diatribe was supposed to be on at 8 o'clock tonight, and I apologize to you. I need to get notes off to my guests and apologize to them. I had no internet for a while, and that sucks on a weekend. Anyway, but I did want to get something up here today to say I am alive, I'm well. And Carrie, it's nice to see you in here. I don't have the thing set up to where I can pop little messages up on the screen yet. Still getting things fixed up. Deep breaths out there. I got this. Yes, I know. I'm trying my best. Anyway, but there was something that came up this week that I found very fascinating. They didn't get talk about it much, at least not when I was viewing it. Over on Amy Newman's channel, they were talking about, and Amy wasn't there, they were talking about AI. Is it the mark of the beast? And it got me to thinking. Everybody thinks that's Christian thinks every new technology or something that's become part of our lives is the mark of the beast. You got tax IDs. That's the mark of the beast. You've got credit cards. Those were the marks of the beast. You know, the good old Diners Club of America was the first credit card. Now, Real ID is another thing that was the mark of the beast. And of course, when you get vaccinated, you get injected with a chip, you know. That's the mark of the beast. Ay. The mark of the beast. You can neither buy nor sell, it says in Revelation. And as Christians just kind of take it a little bit too personally. You know what I mean? But, you know, it is kind of sad. It really is. That every time we have something new in development, it comes off as
the mark of the beast.
Drives me insane. Drives me insane that people look at the book of Revelation, a book that was written for a time period around 100 CE for Israel or the Hebrews or whatever you want to call them during the Roman time. And it was a book of rebellion against the Romans. Yet they keep on touting it to be these other things, and it's not. I mean, seriously, come on. The sun going around the earth was God saying earth circled the sun as the devil. Exactly. The sun going around the earth was God. And if we orbit, it's the devil. Yeah, and it's like apocalyptic literature. For some reason, fundamentalists are fascinated with prophecy. I mean, it all started off with Christianity anyway. I mean, Christians, they had to look at the Old Testament and say, hey, there's some things about the Messiah, and we're going to talk about this person who's supposed to lead us to freedom from the Romans. And we're going to line these little bits and pieces and say, hey, this is a prophecy of Jesus coming. 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 When you look at all the prophecies that they look at, some of them are not even in prophetic books or books written by prophets. Some of them are in the book of Psalms. Psalms is not prophecy. It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts. And I used to teach this stuff myself. So I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I know I'm guilty. But yeah, AI. AI, what we're looking at as AI right now is in its supreme infancy. It's just language models that it combs through to give you answers to things. And it's not really something that has control of anything. Yes, they're experimenting with controlling things. NVIDIA's been doing an experiment where it's turned a sub program, let's just call it a sub program of Chat GTP to create Minecraft worlds. And it does a damn good, excellent job of it. Also, there's another group that's using it to run a D&D game. The AI as the dungeon master. I mean, it's still stuff. It cannot make decisions on its own. Why would we even be scared of it? Jer, so your physical therapist is legitimately worried that AI will take over? AI is doing some takeover, but it's not taking over the world. It's taking over jobs that people don't like to do. Jobs like writing content. Yes, unfortunately, you're seeing a lot of content out there right now that is being generated by AI. And most people don't even realize that half the news that they're reading is generated using an AI system. Again, it's just using language models, working with the input of the person who wants to use it, and it churns out what they want it to do. And if they're smart, they edit. I use it all the time when I'm doing things. So I use it to write scripts, yes. And I go back through and I use what it's given me as a basis for my script, but I don't stop there. It's not ready to take over the whole thing of writing. There's some things that it's doing with inside of graphics programs that is amazing. The latest one from Adobe, I've been playing around with it, with doing some in painting of pictures, and it's just amazing what the thing can do. But it's not anywhere near where it can control anything. Now, some people will think it can control things, and that's normal. New technology has been eliminating jobs since forever, and that is just how the world works, Aunt Jer. We can look at the auto industry. The auto industry is very much automated. You look at your cell phone. Those parts that are in your cell phone there are made by robots. There's a company here that I've been in where they do it. And they've got the pieces that they make. They make pieces for cell phones and cars and other things. But it's all electronics, and it's all generated by this robot that puts it into injection molding or stamps out things, and then they plate it with gold and silver. And it's all done robotically. Yet they employ people to watch those robots. Do I follow Nerdy Rodent channel? I don't know if I follow the Nerdy Rodents channel. You know, I have less and less time these days to watch YouTube channels. But I will check them out. Give me 1 second. Must have a little bit of water. Just because talking is dry work. Hello, native atheist. Welcome. Nice to see you in here. Thanks for coming along. I've just been talking about AI and apologizing for not having the Infernal Diatribe go live tonight. And I hope Spook doesn't give me too much problems for not doing it. I was at 84 subscribers, but I guess somebody left. But, you know, I'm not all about the popularity thing. I just want to give kudos to people who have subscribed. I appreciate everybody who's following this very unscripted, unconsistent stream. I am terrible at consistency. It's one of my biggest problems. Nerdy Rose channel for the imaginary people who supposedly don't follow him. Thanks, Ancher. I'll definitely look at that a little bit later. But yeah, it's just fun that the fundies are out there. Oh, poo. Just got a text. Sorry. Should shut off the phone before you go live. In fact, I think I'm going to do that. Just reminding me to go live in 5 minutes. So we're just going to shut off the phone. Anyway, as I was saying, Christians, they just gobble up everything that they think is going to, sorry about that, be something that people are concerned about. I don't know why people are concerned about some things. Yes, it's frightening. 2,000 years ago, somebody said they'd be coming back and the world would come to an end, according to the scriptures. And I think Christians are scared that it hasn't happened yet. And the more technologically advanced we get, the more we understand what's going on in the world. And the more things get, you know, complicated. And it just frightens them. But I did briefly talk about the other night indoctrination. They fear being just part of the universe and not something special. Yes, Carrie. People want to be special. They want to have some type of existence after this one. They want there to be an afterlife. They want to have more of a goal in life than what we make of it. But, you know, I'm always saying embrace who you are, live your best life, and conquer your perceived world. Because this is the only life you have. Make of it the best you can. But anyways, I was going to talk about a little of indoctrination with the Satanic Temple again. This whole thing with the Goodnight Baphomet, or whatever it is. I think it's supposed to be based on Goodnight Moon. It's marketed to children. I'm a firm believer that religion should be exposed to children, but not something that makes it so it's attractive. Kids need to grow up and get their own ideas about what they're going to believe in. So, Lucian Greaves, I have grief with you and your organization over that. I also have grief with you and your organization with making a stink whenever you can and when things don't really make sense. But that's just how I feel. Veggie Tales, creepy singing foods. Oh, and the stuff that they've got for their after school Satan club. There's a video that has a song on it. I've tried airing it before and got a copyright strike, so I won't air it. But yeah, it's scary. Yes, Anjer, the only Lucian I like is Titan's cousin. That's the only Lucian I can stand. Now, there's no illusions. That's a different thing. No illusions is a fantastic person. But anyway, I digress. What else am I going to talk about tonight? I really don't know. Is there anything that you would like to see me talk about? Doesn't have to be tonight. I could do a whole show on it. I could do a couple of videos on it. I do have 2 videos that I need to get finished editing, and they will be popping up here in the next couple of weeks. But I'm looking for ideas. I can't come up with ideas all the time on my own. Yeah, I probably could. But what's the point? I'm trying to work with the community here. Give me 1 second here. Cats. Talk about cats. The musical or the animal? Or the wild things? Manic Missy from TikTok has sent me a link to a shirt, a Hawaiian shirt company that will take the picture of your cat's or dog's head and put it on your shirt. I think I might order one for Ava so I can have Ava on when I'm on here. But going to try and get the podcast to work out a lot better. I know I haven't opened up my messages from this evening. I probably got, where the hell are you? What's going on? Hope Spooky didn't have anything planned. Manic Missy, I told them I'd talk to them last night and I forgot to. But next episode of the Infernal Diatribe, I'm hoping to have Spooky and Manic Missy on. Okay, sorry, I'm processing this one, Carrie. I'm processing this one. All right. I'm going to bring this over here. So, you'd love to see a deep dive into the Christian enforced teachings of the First Nations, a list of the violations to humanity in God's name. A Nuremberg trial, so to speak. I'd have to tap a couple of people I know for this. But I am taking notes. I am taking notes. Oh, Aunt Jerry, you'll send me a picture of your cat so I could have it all over my shirt? Why not? I'm game. Missy sending me a picture of my namesake, her German Shepherd. So it's just weird that theists can't leave us alone. They like giving us a bad time. Non-believer? Okay, I'll take that down as a note. I've got a couple of people I could tap that I know that live up in, I believe it's Idaho. They are First Nations people. I personally don't have any First Nations in my family background, except that my half brothers and sisters are part Oglala Sioux. And they haven't really pursued that. They also are descended from one of the Mormon prophets, one of Ezra Snow's wives. Sheminis. Some facilities were open in the 89s yet. Dang. Spreading the word of God by the sword, the musket, and the noose. Seems to be the way that they like to do things. Oh, mentioned this earlier this week too, but gotta give a little bit of a moment of silence with a snicker. No, not a snicker. We never laugh at death. Moment of silence for 700 Club as they lost Pat Robertson. And we lost a great source of humor for us to poke fun at, I should say. I think scene violations in the last 100 years in God's name is a vital thing right now. Yes, Carrie, I agree. 150 years. I would go back that much. It's 150 years. But that's only because that puts it 100 years before I was around. And I'm sure that there's a lot that we can discover on that. I'll keep it in mind. Hey, don't be surprised if you see Late Night in the Grotto. Grumps tackles this topic. But don't expect it for a little bit. It's going to take me a little bit to figure it out. And I've got to get my guest system working since I don't want to use StreamYard anymore. StreamYard is a $25 a month investment that I just can't see to pay for anymore, especially when I can do everything on here. Just need to have a few people experiment with me a couple of times, see how well the system I want to use works. But that's about all I really had tonight. I just wanted to let you know I am still around. I am still trying to get things accomplished. I just have had one thing after another, and I'll stop apologizing. But it's been rather rough trying to get things to work sometimes, especially when I do want to provide information for everybody. I want to get everything out that I possibly can. Is there any other ideas you might have? I'm liking this. I do believe somewhere I do have a link to my Discord channel. You can always go over there and send me a few suggestions on Discord if you are a person who likes Discord. It's just, I really want to make this a community thing where I'm presenting things that you want to see. But I know a lot of people like to stream forever, but I'm going to have to go ahead and call it quits tonight. My back is starting to go on me as from sitting in this chair, but I appreciate everybody coming in. And remember, embrace who you are, live your best life, and conquer your perceived world. Until next time, Ave Satanas, atheist your way, hang loose.